Chinese women are beautiful, sweet, and intelligent, but they can appear materialistic and rude. Some people living outside China call them heartless, as they can be mean. People usually attribute this unfortunate trait to a different upbringing, cultural differences, or bad education. As a Chinese woman, I kind of disagree. There's an important factor being ignored. So why do Chinese women appear heartless, and what can we do about it? Hello everyone, welcome to my program. I'm Lei. I made a video about why Chinese have bad manners. I made another video about China's corrupt education system ruining its young people and explain why Chinese can be mean. A fan recommended Winston Stezel's video, Are Chinese Women Heartless, to me. What he described in the video is true, and he raised a very good question. But he didn't explain why Chinese women are heartless. If you're a Chinese woman, don't get angry with me. I'm not saying that we're all heartless. But we can appear heartless because someone very powerful took our heart away. Chinese people believe their language and culture is divinely inspired. The characters, or words if you will, are rich in meaning. For example, the character for man or male is made up of two characters, labor and field. When you put labor in the field, you get the word man. Makes sense, right? The word for good in Chinese is hao. When you separate the two components, it literally means woman. So woman is good and labor in the field is man. A good woman and a hardworking man make a perfectly happy couple. Soon after the Chinese Communist Party took power, Mao Zedong called for language reform. In 1955, the regime rolled out the simplified Chinese characters with the alleged goal of improving literacy. But the simplified characters drastically changed the inner meanings of the language and culture. In traditional Chinese, the character or word for love, ai, has a heart in the center. In the simplified font, the heart is removed from love, so love in China is heartless. Also, the Chinese word qing means endearing, intimate, or loved ones. It can also be used to mean marriage, or when used as a verb, kiss. In the traditional font, the word has a component on the right that means seeing. It makes sense. You love someone, you want to see them. But in the simplified font, the seeing part is removed. So now you marry someone or kiss someone without seeing them. People have summarized the cultural impact of the simplified Chinese characters as 爱无心，亲不见. That is, love without the heart and endearing relations is nowhere in sight. In his video, Winston Stezel gave an example when he was asked by Chinese men a difficult question. When your wife and your mother both fall into water, who do you rescue first, assuming you can only save one? We know there's no right or wrong answer because people's reaction may vary depending on the situation. And this is a stupid question because it creates an extreme situation that tears a family apart instead of bringing them together. But in today's China, this question is often used by a woman to test her man to find out if he's fully devoted to her. And the communist regime thinks it's an important question too. This question appeared on the list of judicial exam questions in 2013. The original question asked if the following situation constitutes committing a crime of non-action. A person had the ability to save his mother at the time of a fire, but he didn't, causing her death, and rescued his girlfriend instead. If there were no other circumstances that would constitute a crime, the person has committed the crime of non-action. True or false? According to the test document, the answer is true. This question later showed up in a viral social media post in 2015, in which a PowerPoint slide read, "The correct answer released by the Justice Department is that one must save his mother. In other words, when your girlfriend and mother both face danger and you can only save one, the country requires you to rescue your mother. If you rescue your mother and your girlfriend dies, you don't commit a crime. Contrarily, if you save the girlfriend and your mother dies, you have committed the crime of non-action." The post caused serious debates in China. Headlines of Chinese media announced, "To save your girlfriend or mother, the state has provided the answer." But Chinese men are confused. They asked, "What if it's my wife and not my girlfriend?" Chinese legal experts replied, "You won't commit a crime if you rescue your wife first." But then Chinese girlfriends aren't happy. "Hey, just because we are married, we don't deserve to be saved?" They ask their boyfriends the ultimate question: "Are you willing to break the law to rescue me in the event of—" Please don't laugh. This is not a joke. This is a serious debate that involved some legal experts. In the same Justice Department's exam, another scenario is also eye-opening. It says, if during a couple's divorce process, the husband failed to rescue the wife who died after accidentally falling into water because he wasn't aware that he was legally obligated to rescue her, has he committed the crime of non-action? The official answer is no. So according to the CCP's convoluted laws, you will commit a crime if you rescue your girlfriend but not your mother. But you are innocent if you saw your wife whom you are divorcing drowning to death and didn't do anything to save her. I think we live in a time when having common sense is a blessing. By destroying traditional culture and people's faith in Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism, and replacing them with communist ideology, the CCP has destroyed the Chinese people's basic sense of morality. When the CCP enforces its nonsensical laws, it's turning intelligent people into clueless robots or individuals with no common sense or judgment. When Westerners tell me they have issues with a mainland Chinese spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend, it's more than just a cultural difference. Putting human nature to an extreme test is a telltale trait of communist ideology. Forcing a man to pick between his wife and mother contradicts with traditional Chinese values of harmony and coexistence, and therefore is not Chinese at all. So what do? First, we need to be patient and understand that the CCP has corrupted their thinking, and they don't even know it. We also need to help Chinese understand traditional values in the context of their own culture. For example, we can show them the relations that pre-CCP Chinese had with their parents and spouses. I found 2 performances by Shen Yun Performing Arts that illustrate how a man saved his mother and his bride, separately of course. Splitting the Mountain tells the story of a boy determined to save his mother. The Enchanted painting depicts the journey of a young man who fought to rescue his bride from an evil dragon with the help of a Taoist wizard. These classic stories show that true love and happiness require sacrifice, courage, and a little bit of divine intervention. I also highly recommend the movie Return to Dust. The movie was recently banned by the CCP due to its realistic depiction of the poverty and hardship in rural China. The movie is about the life of a poverty-stricken couple. He is a poor peasant who can't find a wife, and she is a disabled woman who lives in her brother's backyard. They are the forgotten people struggling at the bottom of society's ladder. Although their life spells misfortune and hardship all over, no one is more in love than they are. The movie is over 2 hours, and you can watch it online for free. The 2 Shen Yun dance programs are only about 7 minutes each. I will provide the links below. You have to pay a few bucks to watch the Shen Yun programs. They're not free, but worth it. One of my favorite Shen Yun programs is The Beauty Trap. It's based on the legend of Diao Chan, one of the 4 most beautiful women in Chinese history. She used her beauty to help a weak emperor end chaos in his kingdom. It's like getting a history lesson while being entertained. If you don't want to spend money to buy individual programs, you can pay for an annual subscription to watch all music and dance offered. Both the movie and Shen Yun are banned by the CCP in China. That just tells me they're good. Some of the Shen Yun artists were persecuted in China. I think we should support them because they are bringing back to life the traditional culture that the CCP has killed, but Chinese people seriously need. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.